This video is about creating and working on your very first title and content slide. So it's steps 47 through 53. It's steps 47 through 53. And what I have you doing in the very beginning is because remember, right now all we have is this title slide. We need to create our very first title and content slide. So the first thing we do in step 47 is click right down here underneath this slide, over here in this left-hand panel. So a quick left click, and that puts this red line right below this slide. Now on step 48, we're going to go ahead and choose just one of these options. So there are 3 options listed. You're only going to pick one. I'm going to demonstrate all 3. So the first option is on the toolbar, clicking on Insert New Slide. So that brings you up here, Insert, New Slide. And it does, if you just click this main button, it does default to the title and content slides. Okay, so there's that one. And now we have our first new slide, title and content. I'm going to go ahead and hit undo and now show you the second option. So the second option in step 48 is still on the toolbar, clicking Home and then New Slide. So we were already on Home, and then you'll see that right here is another new slide. This is again another example of Microsoft giving you multiple places to do the same thing. Again, if we just click the button, it'll create this new slide. Oh, we do have to click here again to put the red line under there. But if you click on this arrow instead, it gives you all the different types of templates that are available to you. And you might remember some of those in the list that we didn't mess with in the master. But we're just going to do title and content again, so we're going to click on that. And once again, there you go. Let me hit undo again because there is a third option for how to do this. The last bullet on step 48, it says right-click on the red line. Remember, we had a red line from step 47. Right-click on the red line where you want your slide to go and click New Slide. So again, this is a right-click, not a left-click. Right-clicks bring up menus. Left-clicks select things. So right-clicking, here's the menu, and you're going to click on New Slide. All right, so those are the steps for step 48. You have 3 options there. You will just pick one of them. I demonstrated all 3. You just pick one. So now it says click where it says click to add title. And now we have that cursor. And step 50 says type your slide title into the title area of the slide. Check your homework assignment and choose the right title for the presentation topic you chose. All right, so I've opened up Canvas and we're in the modules on week 11. Here is the assignment for create the presentation. Now this is different from the lab. This is the assignment itself that tells you what you're supposed to be talking about. The lab just tells you how to use either Google Slides or in this case, of course, PowerPoint to actually create your slides. So we're going to click on Assignment, Create Presentation, and then here's a link for week 11 homework. It's a PDF. You can click on that. You go ahead and zoom in a little bit. All right, I have decided for my demonstration I'm going to do the job I want to do, which is why I'm writing University Professor as my title page header. So we've already done the title page. This is the first slide. It's Introduction. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to write Introduction. And that's it. All right, now remember in class I talked about the fact that on your introduction slide, you want to put down what you're going to be talking about. And the best way to do that is on this slide, whatever presentation you're creating, take the headers from all the slides that come after it and put that as what you're going to be talking about. So you can either do that at the end after you've completed all of your slides, or in our class, I do already know what we're going to be calling these. So content slide number 1 is going to be the 3 main details about the job. So I'm going to call that details about being a business professor. All right, what's the next topic? Slide 2, job requirements. Okay, hit enter, and that gives you another line. Job requirements. Whoops. Spelling professor right would be a good job requirement for being a professor. All right, and step 3, steps you need to take. All right, these are actually pretty small. So for this slide, I'm going to go ahead and click on the outside, and I'm going to use these buttons again. And what I'm looking for is I want professor to go to the end, but not come on to a second line. And once I have that, I know it'll be what I want. Okay, that works. All right, and that's all I'm going to have to do. And you don't have to write conclusion. It's just, this is what I'll be talking about. And when I actually would get up and do this presentation, I would say, I am Deborah Abrams from MSJC. Today I will be talking about what it takes to become a business professor. And then I would change slides. And I would say, today I'll be talking about what it's like to be a business professor. I will talk about some of the job requirements. And then third, I will talk about the steps that I need to take to be able to become a business professor. And that's it for this slide. All right, I do want to show you a couple of things that are brought up in step 52. I don't need to do it on this slide, but I might need to do it on some other slides. But because step 52 talks about it here, I'm going to go ahead and just show it to you now. I'll just go ahead and create a new slide for this. You have a main bullet. And when you hit enter, it will create automatically a new bullet at that same level. Now let's say that I want to have a couple of interesting pieces of information about that main bullet. What I do to create a sub-bullet, which indicates that this information is part of the main bullet, is you hit tab. And as soon as you hit tab on your keyboard, it creates this sub-bullet. And I would write something like sub-bullet that describes or provides. So you create a sub-bullet that describes or provides additional information about that main bullet. When I hit enter on my keyboard, it's going to create another sub-bullet because it will create whatever that last level is. So this will be a second sub-bullet. And the second bullet will also have to describe or talk about that main bullet. Now let's say I've done my 2 sub-bullets and I hit enter again, but I don't want a third sub-bullet about main. I want to create a second main bullet. What do? How do I get that back there? You can either do it with button clicks on the ribbon, and the button that does that is right up here. This one is decrease list level or increase list level. Now, the arrow tells you what direction that tab is going to go. So this one, the arrow points to the left, that little blue arrow right there. So when I click this, it sends that bullet back out 1 level. Let me hit undo. If I had hit this button, it would indent it 1 more level. So this would become a bullet talking about this second sub-bullet. But I want to bring this back out. So I'm going to write second main bullet. And I hit enter. And again, what I have is another bullet on this same level, but I want this one indented. So I hit tab. And then this defines second main bullet. I hit enter. Another sentence. All right, now I want to bring this back out to create a third main bullet. But I don't want to use the ribbon. I don't want to use my mouse this time. I can use my keyboard. And the way to do that is press and hold down Shift. Now hit Tab. All keyboards will do the same thing. Press and hold Shift, hit Tab, and it goes the opposite direction. So Tab brings it in, Shift, hold, Tab, and Tab brings it back out. So that's how you can do it with your keyboard. And then this would just become a third main bullet. You can take an existing bullet and you can use the buttons on them, bring them in or bring them out. Same thing with the tab. I can do the same thing here where I hit tab or shift and hold tab and bring it back out. So that's how you use and work with these bullets. And that's it for this video.